Halo Combat Evolved is one of those rare games with cultural influence extending beyond its own orbit. The 2001 original laid the foundation for console shooters as we know them, all while introducing millions to Master Chief. Well, 25 years on, Halo Studios is returning to the landmark release with Halo Campaign Evolved, a ground-up remake which aims to modernize the original without rewriting its legacy. From reworked AI and redesigned campaign levels to remastered audio, accessibility improvements, and meaningful quality of life upgrades, here are 15 things that you need to know before you crashland once again onto the storied ringworld. UE5 Remake built on legacy code. Halo Studios game director Greg Herman stated to Xbox Wire that despite Halo Campaign Evolved being a remake, it is critical that it delivers gameplay that is 100% authentic. So, how is his team achieving this, given Campaign Evolved is a ground-up Unreal Engine 5 remake? Well, by layering modern lighting, geometry, and animation tech on top of legacy code, the team has been able to metamorph the original DNA piece by piece. The result isn't just prettier visuals, but a re-establishing of Halo's emotional and narrative impact. In simpler terms, gameplay is modernized, yet identity is preserved. More reactive enemy AI. We discussed Campaign Evolved's co-op modes in our 10 major differences from the original feature, but going deeper to outline its implications on gameplay, we can look to Halo Studios' mid-June Reddit Q&A, where they confirmed that enemy encounters will scale according to human players. Together with difficulty selection, enemy numbers will increase in line with players, but cooperative play also brings the chance of higher-ranked enemies too. Meanwhile, AI has been rethought. They'll target more efficiently based on your loadouts and positioning, while falling back more intelligently to preserve health. Encounters with the enemy then should feel dynamic, with potential for less predictability in repeat playthroughs. Preserving the Halo feel. It's fair to say that responses to certain elements of Campaign Evolved's design are a bit mixed, with conversations orbiting the concern that the remake is simply copying contemporary FPS games. If anything, Campaign Evolved is a replica of its 25-year-old self, with Halo Studios using cutting-edge systems and development tools to bridge the gap between the modern player's expectations and the partially archaic feel of the original Halo's combat. Now, the gunplay's pioneering rhythm of shield breaking, retreating, repositioning, then re-engaging is smoother. Every new mechanic Halo Studios assures has been measured against preserving that Halo feel. Narrative delivery. Though re-recorded dialogue, more natural vocal performances, and a sprinkling of additional conversations, Halo Campaign Evolved's narrative delivery should be uplifted. So while Chief remains relatively reserved, the game's supporting characters gain greater presence and personality, strengthening storytelling while remaining recognizably Combat Evolved. Remastered music. Combat Evolved's score is the most evocative sounds in all of gaming, instantly transporting you back to the original's menu screen. If Halo Studios truly want to refresh the core of Combat Evolved's identity, then remastering Martin O'Donnell and Michael Salvatore's original score is a no-brainer. So instead of a newly composed soundtrack, fresh compositions for the prequel levels aside, 2001's choirs, sweeping orchestral arrangements, synthetic ambience, and marching beats have been revitalized, treating one of Halo Combat Evolved's greatest strengths with the respect that it deserves. Check out Halo's official YouTube channel if you haven't already for a 6-hour preview of Campaign Evolved's remastered music working harmoniously with the remake's refreshed menu screen. Higher fidelity sound design and spatial audio. And together with the remastered score, the remake is also leveling up the original's sound design. Gunfire, for instance, has been completely overhauled with crisper, weightier sound, with clearer distinction between UNSC and enemy weaponry, moving away from Combat Evolved's overly compressed stock effects.
Longer than I anticipated. They seem to have the entire region secured.
Now, weapons are as much a part of Halo's iconography as music, vehicles, or level design, so there is concern that redesigning sound means losing identity. But to counteract this, consider the reworked sounds are being implemented into spatial audio systems, with their higher fidelity dispersing realistically across different environments, resulting in more immersion and better gameplay readability. Changes to the Flood. The Flood are among Campaign Evolved's biggest changes. So for starters, the Flood tank form first introduced in Halo 3 makes an appearance, sporting physical armor plates which need to be shredded by spraying bullets while they spew infection forms at you. They are tough to dispatch, and together with an ability to reanimate corpses, the Flood now possess significantly more threat. Elsewhere, a dismemberment system inspired by Halo Infinite makes discarding limbs, revealing tendrils beneath, well, a possibility. Some things, however, haven't changed. Plasma-type weapons are still nigh on useless. Restructured levels. Yes, we mentioned already in our 10 Things article that Campaign Evolved aims to improve wayfinding, citing the maze-like library just as an example. But what the remodeled library also encapsulates is the remake's willingness to restructure itself wholesale, not just for clarity, but for pacing and avoiding repetition. So now each of the library's spaces is visually distinct, making each encounter more memorable than merely destroying wave after wave of the Flood. This philosophy extends to the rest of the remake, where the goal isn't to modernize level design for modernization's sake, but to make each environment more engaging to play through. HUD and UI changes. Halo Campaign Evolved reshuffles the original HUD's layout to support modern readability. The motion tracker shifts to the top right, the shield and health indicators become a top center meter, while weapon, ammo, and grenade information now appears bottom right and left respectively. Icon locations are adjustable, of course, but noteworthy is how diegetically embedded they are into Chief's eye view. In line with visor indentations, Campaign Evolved's HUD changes overlay the first-person action as if you've entered the fray wearing Chief's helmet yourself. Elsewhere, additional objective prompts and hit markers bring the remake up to speed with, well, modern shooters, although you can switch these off if you're chasing that old-school appearance. Accessibility and controls. Campaign Evolved's modernizations don't stop at visuals, sound, and combat design either, but the remake brings a suite of customizable controls and accessibility options. Control-wise, layouts can be remapped entirely, with dead zone adjustments ensuring that you can fine-tune responsive movement and targeting. The Warthog can now be directed with driver-based steering, bringing it in line with modern racers, although the traditional aim-based steering is still an option. Elsewhere, accessibility options feature tools for visually impaired players, including UI narration support, adjustable text sizes, and alternative color schemes to ensure the game remains readable for our colorblind players. Difficulty rebalance and modifiers. The remake's difficulty modes have been rebalanced in single player, while dynamically scaling difficulty in co-op modes can be calibrated further via a quintet of modifiers. Each modifier can be tailored individually, ensuring anybody, no matter their skill, can participate as part of a cooperative team. Damage resistance, shield recharge rates, melee damage, infinite ammo, damage dealt. There's scope to fine-tune the experience to be as easy, well, or as challenging as you like. Reworked checkpoint spacing. A small quality of life improvement, to be sure, but it's one, according to Campaign Evolved's creative director, Max Slagor, that the community has repeatedly highlighted as a point of frustration. Not only does the remake shorten the gaps between set pieces, but checkpoint spacing adjusts dynamically depending on whether you're playing solo or as part of a co-op team, ensuring no comrade is left behind while also tightening the flow and the pace of each level. The remake feels like a new dawn. If we take Halo Studios' executive producer Damon Kahn's words as truth, quote, "Starting with the original campaign means people that have never played the game before will be able to understand the story from the very beginning, and that can help us chart a course forward with new Halo stories." Then, Campaign Evolved isn't just a celebration of Halo's origins, but also a flag planted firmly in the series' future. It's the first title from 343 rebranded Halo Studios and the first to land on PlayStation. Whether Microsoft's multi-platform strategy subsides is unclear, but one thing is certain: Halo is back with the blueprint for future titles and remakes. Release date, platforms, price, and editions available. Halo Campaign Evolved launches globally on July 28th to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC via Steam or the Xbox PC app. The standard edition is priced at $49.99, while the premium edition will set you back $69.99. And for the extra outlay, you'll get exclusive cosmetics and 5 days of early access. A collector's edition, adding statues, a steelbook, and other collectibles to the premium package, is currently sold out, with reprints looking unlikely. PC requirements. Minimum system requirements as per Campaign Evolve's Steam page details an AMD Ryzen 5 3600 or Intel Core i7-10700K CPU, an AMD Radeon RX 6600, Intel Arc A580, or GeForce RTX 2060 Super GPU, and 16GB RAM. Recommended hardware includes an AMD Ryzen 7 7700 or Intel Core i7-12700K processor, AMD Radeon RX 9070 or GeForce 3080 Ti, and 32GB RAM. Finally, you'll need at least 100GB storage space. And that'll be about it for this one. If you guys like what we're doing at Gaming Vault, please consider subscribing to our channel, and I'll see you guys on the next video.